Good morning, healing friends. This is day 10 of Galion. I was thinking Galactic and Mayan. Galactic activation portals that were listed in the Mayan calendar by Pakal Votan, who was the chief time engineer and the sage king and the prophet of the Yucatec Mayan people. I think that's on the Yucatan Peninsula, but he lived from 603 to 683, and he left a lot of information for now. We're in a transition period. It varies, the number varies a little bit, but we're in an approximately 26,000 year cycle around the central sun. And the poles shift, the energetic shift, the male-female shifts every 13,000 years. And so we happen to come in at a time of the shift and the transition period between the, external patriarchy and the external matriarchy. So we're going into the matriarchy, we're coming out of the patriarchy. And there's this 28-year period of time where we're, as a human race, cleansing to prepare for the initiation of the new world. This cleansing has been going on since March 23rd of 1997. And there was 7 years of physical, 7 years of mental, 7 years of emotional, and 7 years of spiritual cleansing. And we have less than 5 months to go to March 25th. March 23rd or 24th. I think it's 24th of 2025, which is in the Mayan calendar when the cycle completes, and then on the 25th the new cycle begins, and they seem to be pretty accurate on their predictions and prophecies. So this is day 10 of a 10-day galactic activation portal. Began on Monday the 21st, and just from the people that I interact with in the world, this has been a pretty challenging 10 days for me as well, even though I feel like I've worked with it well. So I've set up a healing field for today. So these are some things you might want to do if you decide to work with the healing field. You can just state out loud, I connect with my deep self. And notice what happens when you do that. Connect with my higher self. Connect with my highest self. I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. I open myself to the healing power of the One. I choose to let go of anything no longer useful to me. And I choose to work with the Hathors. And they're seventh dimensional beings that aid our change through sound and vibration. And you can state, I connect to the healing field that was set up today. And my soul is invited by the higher self through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good, release and integrate it at this time. and we've been placed in a field of protection. And all souls affected by this event have been invited back to the event to release and integrate the energy of the event for themselves. And they're in a field of protection as they do their work. So it's a matter of just noticing what comes up for you, what would be useful for you to let go of. Your soul's back at an event that just needs to be released and integrated. You can remain in your body in present time while your soul is possibly back at this event. And you can just work with the energetics within yourself. And you can go about, doing the normal things of your day if you do normal things. You can be working with these energies and brushing your teeth and showering and making breakfast and going to work if that's what you do. So know that you just need to connect with the field if you want to, and then just release the energies that show up to be released. Like right now, I'm feeling a lot of energy coming out of my throat and underneath my jaw and in my temporomandibular joint, and I feel some tension releasing around my ears and in my occiput and in my shoulders. So just notice, just notice things that you're releasing. Notice where, possibly a pain shows up, and you notice that, oh, that's a pain. And then you notice, oh, that pain is released. And then you may notice an emotion. It could be anything, but it could be anger, it could be fear, it could be grief. And you feel that emotion. And you just acknowledge, I'm feeling and releasing this emotion. And however long it takes, you release it. And that's what happens in the healing field. We're resolving events from the past, more than likely events that we participated in with kind of an unhappy ending, we could say. And it could possibly be the event of an ancestor that we're helping to clear. It could be either. It could be our event. It could be an ancestral event. And we're just going back and releasing and integrating the energy of it. So while that's going on, I'm going to have the Hathors bring some sounds through me that may aid those. You can hit the pause button and you can just go about your day if you wish. I'll be doing the final closing of this healing field at the end of this video. Or you can stay and do the sound healing and you can join with me in the sound healing. Or you can just listen to it and notice what effect it has on you. So the first thing that seems to be wanting to come out is the fear. And the fear, it tends to make my legs bounce up and down, almost as if they were running. And when the fear of the event starts coming out, sometimes that'll happen. Sometimes I'll feel it in my shoulders. Sometimes I'll feel a tension in my diaphragm. Sometimes I'll feel some energy like I did earlier in the jaw and the occiput. And so just as all this fear that's been stored in the body as a result of not releasing and integrating this event when it happened on a soul level, we're releasing and integrating the energy now. And I'm also now starting to feel a pain in the temple area, which is the sphenoid cranial bone. And so I expect this and this and this and this, the diaphragm, lower rib cage, the femur heads, sacrum, all of those, and the kidneys and adrenals, possibly the small intestine will release with these sounds of the release of fear. And even though I'm working with the Hathors related to these sounds, I'm also utilizing some of the sounds that I learned from Master Mingtong Gu, who's a Qigong master. And so this is the sound of the physical aspect of the kidneys releasing. And the sounds of the fear releasing. And if you don't feel that completely released in those areas, you can just listen to it again, make the sounds again, until you feel it's completely released. Feel it release from your sphenoid, which really affects your pituitary gland in a very positive way. When your jaw and your occiput release, your atlas vertebra, your upper cervical vertebra releases. You get an increase of blood flow and cerebral spinal fluid flow up into the brain. You get that increased circulation. The shoulders release. The diaphragm releases. The rib cage, lower rib cage releases. The kidneys and adrenals and small intestine tension releases. And the sacrum, upper part of the sacrum, the femur heads, parts of the leg bone that attach into the pelvis, all of those release as that energy is released on a soul level at the event. It's released on a physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual level in the physical body while that happens. So as the fear just continues to run out of the physical body, I'm just going to make the sounds of that energy freeing up. Okay. Now the grief affects the testes and the ovaries. They're related to grief. The lungs, gallbladder, are both related to grief and loss. The throat, the thyroid, the eyes, the ears, the parietal bones above the ears. These are all related to the release of grief. And the Hathors are going to assist, or the Hathors are going to make the sounds through me. I'm going to assist the Hathors. That's actually more accurate. You might feel some energy releasing out of your knees and your elbows. That's the release of grief, and then release of anger. The anger can affect the sexual organs, the coccyx, which is the tailbone at the end of the sacrum, which is the triangular bone in the middle of the pelvis. It affects your fifth lumbar vertebra in the lower back. It affects your entire sternum from top to bottom, lower part of the throat, top of the head, the forehead. So these are the songs. These are the songs. These are the sounds, the songs of the release of anger in the body. We're going to start at the top and work our way down. This will be the portion where we reintegrate the aspect of our soul that went back to the event with the aspect of our soul that had remained at the event since the event took place, clearing the energies of the event for that part of our soul that remained. And now we've cleared the energy for that part of our soul that returned. So now this is the completion portion. Now I ask the higher self to assist all, and our soul group to assist all the souls, the part of our soul that went back, to combine with that part of our soul that had remained and bring that combined soul back into our body in present time with all of its wisdom, power, clarity, and creativity. And I would ask that our soul ground itself into the healing center of the earth and open up the portal for the delivery of the new energies into the earth at this time. And these new energies are typically geometric forms, but they're oftentimes just light. But they're going to come in with sound today. The energies are going to travel in from above through us into the earth. And then they're going to be activated with sound. Okay, have a good healing experience, and if you find that you need to listen to the sounds a number of times to get those energies freed up, then do so. Just do it. Just start when the sound starts and just play it again. Make sounds with it if you want. Go back, play it again, make sounds with it. I may be watching this a number of times. Just there's a little bit, feels like there's still a little bit caught up in the base of my skull, my atlas vertebra. So I'll work with that a bit later on my own. You can do that as well. And 10th day of the Galactic Activation Portal. I hope this serves you well. And as always, namaskar.